focused on tactical and strategic goals. Let me tell you, I mean, the stuff that we've done was definitely not a plug-and-play program. We didn't sit down one day and say, okay, you know what, this is what we're going to need to do, is mentoring or something. I mean, it was much more of a grassroots and organic level thing, and it was an approach of us just constantly being involved and getting other folks involved. But you know, by applying the Deming Quality Circle, which is the plan, do, check, and act, you know, it's this continuous improvement process too. You know, there's going to be setbacks. I mean, anytime that you make these radical changes, you know, things aren't going to always go as planned. But you know what, if you do the endless review and constant improvement and then monitoring of how those improvements went and then continue that whole process, it all works out very well. What doesn't work, in our opinions, is dictating change, adversarial relationships, silver bullets. You know, I think classes are great, computers are great, this, that, and the other. It's just not, there's not going to be one thing that you can do. I mean, so there isn't that magic that that you can just pull out of your hat and say, okay, this is the card I'm going to play, and sit back and just enjoy success. Some of the results. As you can see, 85% of our budgeted utility workers, those 7 guys on the crew, are interns. And the cool thing, there's nothing greater than watching former interns taking it upon themselves to train the latest intern. And this just happens naturally. I mean, because of this learning community process that we've managed to get initiated, it actually becomes this self-perpetuating process. That's not to say that, you know, that you can be hands-off entirely or walk away from it, but you know what, it doesn't require quite the effort that one might actually think. Added benefits also by taking it upon ourselves to learn how to do things. We've actually really reduced our reliance on contractors performing our core responsibilities, the leak repair, the pipeline jobs, the pump station improvements, the retaining walls that needed to be built to keep the hills from sliding into our tanks, so on and so forth. By actually having us do that in-house, learning from those experiences, constantly learning of ways to improve for the next go-around, we've actually managed to stretch dollars so far. It's amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. This slide's a bit of a visual here that on the left you can see the same slide that I had originally, the total operations budgeted of 15 people. But by doing what we've done, we've actually got now 16 equipment operators, 14 distribution operators, 15 carpenters, 13 underground construction guys, 16 plumbers, 16 after-hours emergency people. I know that it's fuzzy math, but honestly, these are the resources that we've created in-house with that very limited group of folks. And you know, from a management perspective, from an organizational perspective, it's like winning the lotto. I mean, you just cannot see results like that and not feel great about where your organization is. So from a cost perspective, you know, while becoming a learning community might require effort and focus and diligence and work, you know, really it doesn't have to be costly. Like mentioned before, when interns are used effectively, and these are again paid interns, they can be incredibly cost effective. And you know, we're all made up of a variety of subject matter experts. Take advantage of this. You know, learning community, once it gets rolling, it will be this semi-self-sustaining, self-perpetuating process that makes life from a management perspective so much easier. You know, and if you don't have internal subject matter experts, the world is full of them. I mean, if you consider, again, the manufacturers, the vendors, other agencies, contractors, they're all resources, and most of these are free. You know, and for example, I actually encourage my crew as we're going about doing our stuff and our, I guess our piping probably goes through, what, 2 or 3 cities technically. And so we have the opportunity as we're, you know, monitoring things or on the way to go fix something, we run into other crews doing work, whether it's a contracted crew doing a sewer line job or whatever. I actually encourage these guys, my folks, to stop and watch them. What are they doing different? How can we do it better? Are they doing something that's safer? What is it that you know, we do better than them? And to just constantly be critiquing ourselves and others for, you know, to see how our processes and methodologies can be improved. So, you know, bottom line, I mean, this is something I say rather frequently. If you're not learning something new every day, you're probably not paying attention. So, you know, like I say, there is a lot of opportunity to just take advantage of resources that are all around us. Kind of another odd recap here. Serve, don't steer. That is a philosophy of both Kevin's and mine. Kevin, the general manager of the North Coast County Water District. As far as we're concerned, our jobs as management are to make the crew as successful as possible. And if they're successful, then we'll become successful. We've used the Tom Sawyer effect, basically the whole concept of the whitewashing fences, and you know, it's a lousy job, everyone hates it, but you start getting other people involved and try and, you know, have fun with it, and next thing you know, I mean, you've got, you know, people that are actually asking, hey, can I try that? You know, be inclusive, and, you know, practice, practice, practice. I mean, we have to endlessly practice. If we want to be effective first responders, that's going to be absolutely critical. And then, like I say, keep the eye on the prize and be patient. It's not going to happen right away. There are going to be setbacks, but you know what? As long as you stay focused on those strategic goals and where you want to go with your organization and your agency, you know what? Having folks leave is not going to be necessarily the end of the world. So, as a final slide, this was mentioned a number of times also, is that, you know, none of these concepts are really new at all. I mean, we have the mentor and then the whole Greek association with that. The one that struck me that really seems to capture us or our philosophy is one does not manage people. The task is to lead people, and the goal is to make productive the specific strengths and knowledge of each individual. And that was Frederick Taylor, one of my favorite management theorists of 100 years ago. So, you know, we're not really doing anything new, we're just doing it. And that's it. Thank you.